Whether you're just starting out or you've been in the shop for years, having the right tools is the difference between a frustrating afternoon and a perfect build. Today I'm breaking down the 15 best woodworking tools you can get right now on Amazon, tested, ranked, and sorted by what they actually do. Links to every single one are in the description below. Sanding, oscillating detail sander. First up, a dual-action oscillating sander. If you've been fighting swirl marks with a regular orbital, this is the upgrade you need. The dual-action movement means it cuts in two directions at once. That's what kills those circular scratches that show up when you stain. Look for one with variable speed so you can drop it low for delicate pieces and push it high for bulk stock removal. A built-in dust port is non-negotiable. Your lungs will thank you. Price range, around $45 to $80 on Amazon. Link in the description. I've pinned the best value option at the top. Best for anyone doing finish work, furniture, or cabinet doors. Featherboards for table saw/router table. Next, featherboards. If you're ripping boards on a table saw without these, you're working with unnecessary risk. Featherboards press your workpiece against the fence so it can't wander. That's what causes kickback. Get a tandem set, one in front of the blade, one behind, for maximum control. The best ones have an adjustable mount that fits standard T-track or miter slots. Under $30 for a solid set. Absolutely essential for safe, accurate rips. Best for table saw and router table users at any skill level. Clamping and assembly, 90-degree corner clamps. Corner clamps. Simple tool, massive impact on accuracy. If you've ever tried to hold a picture frame or cabinet box square while driving screws, you know how fast things go wrong without them. These hold your pieces at a perfect 90 degrees, so you can glue, nail, or screw hands-free. Look for steel construction with adjustable jaws to handle different material thicknesses. A set of 4 runs about $25 to $40, and it's one of those tools that pays for itself on the first project. Best for frame making, box builds, cabinet assembly.
Sharpening, a honing guide. If you use chisels or hand planes, this is the most underrated tool in the shop. Freehand sharpening takes years to master. A honing guide gets you a razor-sharp, consistent bevel every single time, even if you've never sharpened a tool in your life. It locks the blade at whatever angle you set, 25 degrees for chisels, 30 degrees for plane blades, and holds it there while you work. Around $20 to $35 on Amazon. Pair it with a decent sharpening stone, and your edge tools will perform like they're brand new. Best for hand tool woodworkers, beginners learning to sharpen. Planing and shaping, jack plane. A number 5 jack plane. If you work with solid wood at all, a well-tuned hand plane is faster than sandpaper for flattening and truing up surfaces. The jack plane is the workhorse. It's long enough to flatten wide boards, but short enough to be nimble. Look for a cast iron body. It kills vibration and holds setup better than aluminum. Set the mouth tight for finishing. Open it up for rough stock removal. Good ones run $60 to $120. It's an investment that lasts decades. Best for furniture makers, those who work with rough-sawn lumber. Adhesives, high-temperature glue gun. Not glamorous, but a bad glue gun costs you time and materials. A good one has consistent flow with no dripping, heats up in under 2 minutes, and has a stand so it doesn't roll off your bench. For woodworking and crafts, look for one rated above 380 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what gives you a strong bond on wood and fabric. Under $20 for a solid unit that won't quit mid-project. Best for quick assembly, crafts, any application where you need a fast bond. Drilling, a tapered drill bit set. If you've ever split the end of a board driving a screw near the edge, this is what fixes that. Tapered bits match the taper of a screw shank, so you drill exactly the right amount of material away. No splitting, cleaner entry, and the screw seats flush every time. High-speed steel is the minimum. Look for sets with countersink stops built in so you can switch sizes fast. A full set runs $20 to $35. Best for joinery work, pocket hole alternatives, fine furniture assembly, turning and chisels, bowl gouge/turning chisel set. If you've got a lathe, a proper turning chisel set is non-negotiable. For bowl turning, you want a bowl gouge, a spindle roughing gouge, and a parting tool at minimum. Look for high-speed steel blades. They hold an edge far longer than standard steel under the heat of turning. The handles matter too. Balanced weight and a comfortable grip reduce fatigue on longer sessions. A beginner set of 5 to 8 pieces runs $50 to $90. Buy once, use for years. Best for lathe users, bowls, spindles, pens, decorative items. Joinery, a biscuit joiner. If you're gluing up panels or building cabinet face frames, biscuits are one of the fastest ways to align and strengthen a joint. The joiner cuts a precise oval slot in both pieces. Drop in a compressed wood biscuit, apply glue, and the biscuit swells to create a tight, registered joint. The Bosch cordless version is worth calling out specifically. It's compact, powerful, and the cordless design means you're not fighting a cable while working at the bench or on site. Around $200 to $250, but it's a tool that earns its place fast. Best for panel glue-ups, face frames, furniture assembly. Hardware installation, a cabinet handle jig. This is one of those "why didn't I have this sooner" tools. If you're installing 10, 20, or 50 drawer pulls on a kitchen or bathroom reno, doing it by hand with a tape measure is how you get uneven results. A good jig locks onto the corner of any drawer front, positions the holes automatically, and every single pull goes in at exactly the same spot. Adjustable for different handle hole spacings. Around $20 to $30. Saves hours of layout work and prevents expensive mistakes on finished cabinets. Best for kitchen and bathroom renovations, furniture with hardware. Nailing and pinning, a pneumatic pin nailer. For trim work, molding, and delicate joinery, a pin nailer is the answer. Pins are so thin they leave almost no hole. You barely need filler afterward. And because they're thin, there's virtually zero risk of splitting even the most delicate molding. Look for adjustable depth control and a quick jam-clear mechanism. Both save serious time on a busy day. You'll need a small air compressor, but a brad nailer setup runs $50 to $100 for the gun alone. Best for trim, molding, light cabinet assembly, detail work. Sawing, precision flush cut saw. This is a specialty tool that does one thing perfectly: cuts flush to a surface without scratching it. The blade has no set on one side, which is what makes it safe to run flat against your workpiece. Use it for trimming dowels, cutting tenons flush, removing wooden plugs, or anytime you need a perfectly flat cut right at the surface. They're inexpensive, $15 to $30, but once you have one, you'll wonder how you managed without it. Best for hand tool woodworkers, anyone doing joinery with dowels or plugs. Lathes, a mini wood lathe. If you've been curious about turning and don't have space for a full-size machine, a mini lathe is the perfect entry point. You can turn pens, bottle stoppers, small bowls, and decorative spindles in a footprint that fits on a workbench. Look for variable speed. It's essential for different materials and tool approaches, and a cast iron bed to minimize vibration. The Wen and Rikon entry-level options are solid starting points at $200 to $350. Best for beginners getting into turning, small workshop setups, pen making. Workshop gear, a waxed canvas shop apron. It's not a power tool, but your clothes are. A quality waxed canvas apron resists sawdust, glue, and finish while keeping your most used tools within arm's reach. Look for multiple front pockets, adjustable straps, and a cross-back harness that takes the weight off your neck during long sessions. This is one of those quality-of-life upgrades that makes every hour in the shop more efficient. Around $50 to $80 for a well-made one. Best for anyone spending serious time in the shop. 15. Pocket hole joinery, Craig K4 pocket hole jig. And for number 15, the Craig K4 pocket hole jig. If you build cabinets, furniture, or any kind of frame, this tool will change how you work. Pocket hole joinery is fast, strong, and requires no clamps while the glue dries. Set the jig to your material thickness, drill, and drive. That's it. The K4 is Craig's mid-range jig, and it's the sweet spot for most woodworkers. It comes with the clamp and drill guide built in, handles material from 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, and the joints are strong enough for face frames, bed rails, and cabinet carcasses. Around $80 to $100. Best for cabinet makers, furniture builders, anyone doing face frame or box construction. That's the full list. 15 tools that will actually improve your work in the shop. Links to every one of these are in the description below. I've listed them in order so it's easy to find what you need. If this was helpful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel more than you'd think. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. We're covering best power tools soon, and it's one you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching. Now get back in the shop.